All right, hello and welcome. Today, we're getting our hands dirty in the best way possible. We're going to craft a really high-quality, soothing skin balm completely from scratch. We'll look at every single ingredient, figure out exactly why it's in there, and then I'll walk you through the whole process. Sound good? Let's get started.
Okay, so here's what we've got on the agenda. First up, why even bother making your own skincare? Then we'll get into the good stuff, the actual formulation. After that, we'll cover how to make it, how to create your infused oil, and we'll wrap up with why being precise is so important.
Right. Section 1. Crafting your own skincare. So why would you want to do this instead of just buying something off the shelf? Well, the simple answer is control. When you make your own, you're the boss. You get to ditch those one-size-fits-all products and create something that's perfectly suited to your skin.
Honestly, it's about turning self-care into a bit of an art form. It's your chance to get creative and really personalize things. I love the cooking analogy. You wouldn't want to eat the exact same prepackaged meal every single day, would you? Your skin deserves that same bespoke treatment. It's just so much more satisfying. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. Section 2, the soothing balm formulation. We're going to look at the complete recipe now, and you'll see it's broken down into 2 main stages, and there's a really clever reason for that, which is all about protecting some of our more sensitive ingredients.
And here it is, the whole shebang. So you can see you've got stage 1 with your herb-infused thistle oil, beeswax, and cocoa butter. That's our heat stage. Then stage 2 is all the stuff we add later once it's cooled down a bit. Now, don't be put off if it looks a bit technical. It's actually dead simple once you know what everything's for. So let's do exactly that. Let's break it down ingredient by ingredient.
Okay, first up is our base, the foundation of the whole balm, thistle oil. You might know it as safflower oil, they're the same thing. And look at that percentage, 50%. It really is the star of the show, and it's what we're going to use for our infusion.
So what makes thistle oil so special? Well, for starters, it's absolutely packed with linoleic acid, which is brilliant for hydrating and soothing your skin. It also helps your body produce something called GLA, that's gamma-linolenic acid, which is just fantastic for skin repair. Plus, it's got natural anti-inflammatory properties. But the real kicker for this recipe? It's heat stable. That means we can gently heat it to infuse our herbs, and it's not going to go rancid or lose its goodness. It's the perfect choice.
Next up, beeswax. This is our structural ingredient, if you like. It's what's going to give the balm its body and that lovely protective feel. Now, what's interesting about beeswax is that it doesn't really sink into the skin. Instead, it forms this very fine, breathable barrier on top. And that's brilliant because it does 2 jobs at once. It stops your skin's own moisture from escaping, and it keeps all those other lovely ingredients we're adding nestled against your skin, giving them plenty of time to work their magic. Oh, and if you're vegan, no worries. You can just swap this out for candelilla or rice bran wax. Easy.
Now for one of my favorites, cocoa butter. This stuff smells absolutely divine and just adds a real touch of luxury.
I mean, that natural, subtle, chocolatey scent, just gorgeous. But it's not just about the smell. Cocoa butter is an incredible emollient, which is just a fancy way of saying it keeps your skin incredibly soft and supple. It's amazing for really dry skin, it can help with the appearance of scars, and of course, it's famous for helping to prevent stretch marks. It really is a powerhouse.
Okay, so you might have spotted in the recipe that we add another vegetable oil in stage 2, the cool-down phase. And you might be wondering, why? Well, there's a very good reason.
This is where we get to add our super-powered but more delicate oils. Think of things like rosehip seed oil, borage oil, or chia seed oil. These guys are often packed with omega-3s, which are amazing for skin repair, but they're not fans of heat. If we added them in stage 1, we'd basically destroy all their goodness. So we wait until things cool down to pop them in. Clever, eh?
Right. On to our next ingredient, squalane. Honestly, this stuff is a total game changer for the final texture. Now, quick but very important point. You want squalane with an A. That comes from olives. You do not want squalene with an E, which can be sourced from sharks. So squalane with an A. Got it? Good. The magic of this ingredient is that it's incredibly similar to our skin's own natural oil, our sebum. It takes what could be a heavy, waxy balm and transforms it into this silky, luxurious product that just glides on. It sinks in beautifully and leaves your skin feeling so smooth and supple, but never ever greasy. It's just brilliant stuff.
And for our final flourish, essential oils.
Now, these are totally optional. You don't have to add them, but they're a fantastic way to customize your balm with both a lovely scent and some targeted benefits. This is where you can really get creative and make it your own. For example, if you're dealing with muscular aches, Plio is brilliant. For that lovely cooling sensation on sore joints, you can't beat a bit of wintergreen and peppermint. Want some general anti-inflammatory goodness? Roman chamomile and frankincense are your friends. Or maybe for tired, aching feet, lavender and eucalyptus. You see? You can really tailor it to exactly what you need.
All right, so we know all our ingredients, we know what they do. Now for the fun bit, let's actually make the thing. Section 3, making your soothing balm. And don't worry, it's a super simple 2-step process. First things first, let's talk about a double boiler. It sounds all fancy and technical, but it's not, I promise. All it is a heat-proof bowl or a jug that you pop into a saucepan with a bit of simmering water in it. That's it. And the reason we do this is so we can melt our ingredients really gently. It means there's no way they can get too hot or, heaven forbid, burn.
Okay, so here's how we do it. Step 1 is dead easy. Just take all your stage 1 ingredients, that's your infused oil, the beeswax, and the cocoa butter, and pop them into your double boiler. Heat it gently, give it a little stir now and then, until it's all completely melted into a beautiful golden liquid. Then, for step 2, you take it off the heat. Now you need to let it cool for a little bit. The telltale sign is when you see the edges of the mixture start to look a bit cloudy or opaque. That's your cue. That's when you stir in all your stage 2 ingredients. Mix them in well, and then, while it's still a bit thick and gloopy, pour it into your jars or tins. Then all you have to do is walk away and let it set. Simple as that.
Right, Section 4, creating your infused oil. Now, this infused oil is really the heart of the balm, isn't it? It's the foundation. The whole process for making a cannabis-infused oil is a bit of a topic in itself, and to do it justice, we put together some really detailed instructions on the website. So for the full step-by-step guide on how to do that properly and safely, just check out the link in the description below. But, and this is a really important but, you absolutely do not have to use cannabis. This recipe is fantastic even without it. It'll still work beautifully as a soothing balm because all of the other ingredients we've talked about are so high quality and beneficial in their own right. So please, don't feel you have to include it. Okay, our final section, and honestly, this might be the most important tip I can give you. The importance of precision. This is the one thing that will take your homemade skincare from being just good to being absolutely brilliant.
So why does weighing your ingredients matter so much? It's that cooking analogy again, isn't it? Think about baking a cake. If you just chuck in a bit of flour and a splash of milk, your results are going to be all over the place. Skincare formulation is exactly the same. Using a digital scale to weigh everything, and yes, I mean the liquids too, is the key to getting that perfect silky texture. It's how you get the balance of ingredients just right for those soothing properties. And, crucially, it's how you make sure that when you fall in love with your first batch, you can make the next one exactly the same. Get yourself a digital scale. It makes all the difference. So, there you have it. Precision really is that small, simple step that makes a massive difference in the end. It's what turns a simple home project into a truly effective, professional quality formulation, something you can be genuinely proud of creating yourself.